What is going on, guys? We are back with Jordan's 2020 Mustang GT. This is a car that I tuned quite a while ago and made really good power on the dyno. I think right about 480 or 478. We'll look at those numbers specifically. We got it back on the dyno today. We're going to do a baseline to make sure everything is still the same as what it was before. Temperature, everything's different. Then we're going to install the Holley high ram with the VMP twin 69mm throttle body and the PMAS, see what we can pick up. So hopefully we see a 480 number, but if we see something lower or higher, at least we have a solid baseline so we know what that Holley high ram is going to pick up same day. So let's go ahead and do a baseline pull. Okay, so this is why we baseline. We got different weather than the other day. 472 and 470, 440 torque, very consistent. If we lay it over before, there's a 478 and a 472. And this is the same tune as it was before. This is just some different weather, different things going on. The log looked great. So we're gonna use our 472 as our baseline today, so that way we can compare Holley manifold to that. I did see some areas where we could probably add some timing, but we'll keep it consistent. We'll also go ahead and run it on the Holley with no tune change just to see where it does, and then we'll start getting into some VCT changes and see if we can optimize that power. But actually very typical, contrary to popular belief, these Gen 3 cars don't actually make power typically all the way out to 8,000. They actually have this really bad fall off here. The cams are great. These things make great power, great torque. But they do have this little fall off where you see GT350 start to continue to pull to like 82, 8,500. That's just what we see. That's the data that shows. So let's go rip the stock manifold off and get the Holley high ram installed. Yeah, we have a fender well and an engine bay pull there.
Yep, good old PMAS.
Yeah,
a little dusty. Now these apparently are supposed to make more power than a ported Cobra jet. That's from what I've read.
We'll just test it and see.
For sure.
I mean, it's definitely a good looking intake. It's affordable at I think what, 850 or so?
I believe so.
Yep. Affordable, generally available, although these went out of stock for quite a while. So I think they're now going back into stock.
Got your directions.
Yeah, you're gonna need some fuel fittings. We'll go over what we end up using. But you'll need some fuel fittings for using the stock fuel system, which is going to be perfectly fine for this setup.
And all your nuts, bolts, everything you need. Not a bad little kit for the price, but if you want to see some power, pick you up one of these.
Yep, VMP twin jet 69mm. It's the same thing they use on their Odin kits. We're going to go ahead and test this. Hoping that we see something with a 500 wheel mark, but the only thing we can do is test, and I'm gonna have to play with the VCT too to see what we can optimize. But I'm very interested to see basically no tune change, see what the manifold picks up, and then we'll start trying to optimize that VCT.
For sure.
It's a little warm today, unfortunate. You know, we had some nice max effort, weather before, but
it's all right.
Test it.
This is real life weather. Really.
It is. That's why we baseline. We're down, what?
8 horsepower?
6 horsepower
6,
if you count the 478 number to 472.
Yeah.
And down, I think, 10 pound-feet of torque.
Okay.
So, that's just varying from day to day.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea that we got the baseline. right, so we got the crossover for the back side of the intake built out. This is just a 6AN, some 90-degree fittings. We got some fuel rail 8AN to 6, 8AN ORB to 6. There. We got a plug end of the line passenger side. We're going to use a little adapter right here. That's going to go feed the DI side. And then we also have another adapter over here for our fuel rail pressure sensor, since Gen 3 has a fuel rail pressure sensor. We got a 180 fitting here. We're gonna make a line fitting from there to the stock fitting, and then we should be all set. Is this a Camaro? That's like what you see when you see like a Camaro guy pull up all confident and want to race.
Like the max effort 6 gen.
Yep. Yeah. And we got one for the Coyote.
Yeah, there's not many of these for the Coyote, so.
So we do need to go to the store and get a fitting for this so we can hook up the brake booster. I think that's pretty much most of it. Oh, wow, dude, there's another. All right. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, guys, so we finally got to make some good power. If you look here, we have a solid 493, 439, carries the power out to 8,000. Not sure what this little blip is. I have a tune loading in it right now to kind of run it and see if it fixes that up. All right, so check this out. So this is our baseline with the 18 manifold, 470 wheel, 440 torque. We're making right about the same torque. I think on the other 493 run, it's 439 torque. So we actually didn't lose much torque. And you can see that red line is the 470, that's the 18 manifold. So we're actually following the line pretty well. There's something that goes on right here, but we pick up a ton of power up here. I noticed these Holley manifolds usually have this weird peak right down there at 6,500. But if you notice, we're carrying power outwards to 8,000. Much better than the stock 18 Manny. So we're gonna go run it a few more times. I found a few little tweaks to make. I don't know if it's gonna make more power, but we're just trying to smooth out this power curve. So we just finish up loading and see what happens. All right, so the question is, does the Holley manifold high rem pick up power? Well, definitively yes. On every single pull, it did make more power. However, it took quite a while to get to these results, as you can see right here with the AT manifold, and it made 472. We just made 493 back-to-back, 440 torque. You can see that you have some more power. Actually, the AT manifold has just a little bit more power right here. Both of those lines lay over. But you have a ton more power right here in this RPM range that you are going to be living in, racing on the street or Mexico. You can see it carries the power out. This is around where I lift, so I don't know why it does this little weird thing, but I lift right around 7,800. But you can see the stock manifold nosedives. This one carries that power outwards. Torque-wise, we actually made right about the same, 439, 438, and 440. So 472 to 493, we got 20 wheel horsepower gain. Around the same torque, we have a little bit different shape of our curve. I find this a little weird how it peaks right there and then kind of just carries and holds, but regardless, it should go faster.
I'm happy, dude.
Yeah.
20 wheel horsepower from, you know, 18 manifolds are very, very stout. I mean,
They're great manifolds.
It's
I mean,
hard to
we
beat
just
them.
proved that.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I guess let's go take it down the street and see how it feels.
you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, so I wasn't supervising Jordan. I'm gonna roast him right here.
Dude, why are you doing
He
that?
broke his fan mount. So the PMAS comes with a nice mount there. He's got a little too aggressive with it.
Yeah, cheap plastic.
Yeah, but PMAS cold air. Seems like it works pretty well. VMP twin jet 69 Holley high ram. Other than that, it's got long tube headers and ML tune. That's it. I mean, really not much here. E85 stock injectors. 493. Not bad.
Dude, it's not
I
bad.
know some people have made over 500. These are real results. This car performs well on the street. I think you've said that you've raced a lot of A10, FBO, E85 cars. And
With the stock manifold, I've raced a handful of them. We're literally after the clutch. Okay, so before we did the clutch a few months ago, it gave me a bad lockout. Now with the clutch, you know, I could bang a gear really quickly, and that was able to keep me up with 10 speeds. Now I'm curious to see with the 20 wheel horsepower difference and carrying that horsepower through the RPM, if I can maybe outrun them.
Yeah, so a lot of people get torn up in numbers and this and that. All we know is that this came in making 472 and left making 493. So it's good that we got that baseline. The other day it made 478, maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But if we use that to baseline between these two, we would have been like, yo, where did that horsepower go? So yeah, I am very interested to see how this performs on the street. Definitely looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice, man. Oh yeah, that feels good.
What did you ship that?
77, 76 probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, this thing's way quicker. Oh yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. It holds it the whole way.
Yeah, it spun second pretty good.
Yeah, you felt that? What a little ripper, dude. This is very fun for NA. As long as you guys know, I've had a couple boosted cars now, and Andrew knows, like, NA cars, dude, they're just a bit more fun on the street for some reason. Like, they're more usable, you know?
Yeah. That felt good.
Yeah, that felt real good.
Oh yeah. You wanna do it again?
Yeah, might as well.
rips, dude.
It does. For NA, it does good. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'd say that's a success. The car rips pretty good, made good power. And Jordan's got to figure out something better for his coolant reservoir. But if you guys like the video, hit the like button down below. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you guys need some ML tuning, let me know. Obviously, NA, boosted, Cobras, got that one. We do it all, especially a lot of Ford stuff. We'll be getting into some other stuff at some point, but just let me know what you need for tuning, and we'll get you handled.